since it is the new year and every team has their ups and downs, I think we all came together and brainstormed some New Year's resolutions for each team. And we're all going through all 30 teams. We're not going to probably go in depth on most of them. We have highlighted a few we really wanted to go in depth on, but we're just going to rapid fire these through. And if we have some, extra comments, we'll just say them at the time. So we're going to go alphabetical order. We're going to start off with the Atlanta Hawks. What we said is they have to catch fire again and get healthy. So when it comes to catching fire again, I'm talking about like the playoff, fire that they had, like going to like Eastern Conference Finals. Once everyone gets healthy, they need to get on that streak again and hopefully build their wins back up to a decent reputable seed to get back in the playoffs. So that's all I had to say. So for the next one, Boston Celtics, my team. Obviously, I'm going to say get more shooters and develop more shooters potentially, just because this team really does need shooting. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, obviously decent shooters on hit or miss nights, I guess, because Tatum's still inconsistent as it is off injury. Jaylen Brown's been really good. Rest of the team, shooting-wise, I don't know where they are at. So
next one, we got Brooklyn Nets. This one's probably fairly obvious, but we got to figure out exactly what's going on with Kyrie. So he did come back, as we discussed before, but the whole situation itself kind of needs a permanent resolution, and I don't know what that's going to look like, but we need to figure it out, whether it's a trade or getting the man the shot that he needs so he can play more. They just need to figure out what's going on with him. I don't think you guys really have much to say about it, do you?
Nope.
Yeah,
it's fair enough.
Next one, we got Charlotte Hornets. PJ Washington is on this squad, and he's getting 20 minutes a game, I think it was.
20 to 22-ish.
Yeah, and personally, I think he needs more. They don't have a rim protector right now. They got rid of Zeller this past season, and he wasn't even that good of a rim protector in the first place. Their defense is pretty horrendous right now, so I think that they need to kind of just figure that whole situation out on the other end of the floor.
Mm-hmm. Last in the league in defense, that's all I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing that we got is the Chicago Bulls. I mean, there's not much to say there other than keep it rolling and keep winning games and wear a mask. But yeah, other than that, there's not much to say than a one seed. Cleveland Cavaliers up next. Get Rondo in the lineup. They just signed a deal with him for the trade. So I mean, I think once he gets into the rotation, they'll start getting some things rolling, especially because they've had some lack of point guards recently because of
with Ricky Rubio getting injured.
Yeah, so with Ricky Rubio getting injured and all that. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I think that the Cleveland Cavaliers are starting to get things rolling. They might actually make the playoffs this year, which would be awesome. So I mean, it's good to see from them.
Yeah, they are a top 8 in the league, and they're obviously in the Eastern Conference. So I'm happy to see that. They're good without LeBron, so that's a good sign. So next team, Dallas Mavericks. They got to get everyone involved because Luka and Porzingis, or Tingus Pingus, is carrying this team. He's Tingus Pingus no more because he's actually playing really well. So I'm not going to call him that anymore. So Kristaps Porzingis is playing really well. The only problem is with that Tingus Pingus is out, so I'm going to call him Tingus Pingus again because he's out. Got the vid, so he's out. But yeah, I mean, I guess the one person I want to highlight is Tim Hardaway Jr. He was an amazing shot creator, scorer, shooter last year. He needs to step it up. That's really what I meant by getting everyone involved. Like, just find more playmakers.
Fantasy team too, bro.
Yeah.
That guy needs to get more involved for sure.
Yeah, and then for the Denver Nuggets, bench needs to improve because Murray and MPJ are out. So I think looking at this bench, no one really flashes out as exciting or like great because the people who already are like playing really well are in the starting lineup, like Will Barton, for example, stepping up for Jamal Murray, playing really well. So for the bench unit, who's left? Like Frank Campazzo. I mean, he's good, but like he's not really someone who would like, oh my god, it's Frank Campazzo. We gotta like game plan around him on the bench type of deal. So
they still have,
bench needs to step it up.
They still have Monte Morris.
Monte Morris is out with a foot injury. He's out for either the vid or a foot injury. I don't remember what it was. Because I remember he was injured. So he is injured.
And they got rid of Gary Harris too,
yep.
Right?
They traded away Gary Harris. So yeah, I don't that sucks. To at least.
Grant a couple of years ago. That was stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got the next one, Reed.
Yep. Detroit Pistons just get these young guys experience. They got the number 1 overall pick this year, and it's really just going to be about them kind of finding their chemistry for the next couple years. I don't think anybody's expecting them to do nothing crazy in the next like even 2 to 3 years. Yeah, they just got to get these young guys experience.
The only thing I want to add to the Pistons is freaking like play through like Jeremy Grant. Like, what are you doing? Like, the kid's like clearly talented.
Is he? He's out for a thumb. He's out for a thumb injury.
He is out right now. But like, play through him when he comes back.
They should build their team around him.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think he's I don't know. He's a great scorer, and he was a pretty good playmaker from what I was seeing as well. He commands a lot of defensive attention. So definitely, the Pistons kind of just need to figure it out. Honestly, a sidebar for their New Year's resolution maybe is just get a new front office, because their front office really hasn't been doing it for them these past couple of years.
Oh, should have made Van Gundy their GM.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? That would have been a good idea.
No, I agree with you. That's not a bad idea at all. Man is smart. All right. So next one, we got Golden State Warriors. I would go more into this, but we kind of talked about it before in the beginning.
Yep.
Basically, right now their resolution is get Klay to 100%. That's pretty much what they're looking at right now. Even without Klay at 100%, they are second in the West. Yep. So they're obviously doing something right. So they just got to keep trucking, and then just get Klay to 100%.
Next, we got the Houston Rockets. Similar to the Pistons, kind of just get their young guys going. Try and get Jalen Green back, and Kevin Porter Jr. needs to stop having mental breakdowns during halftime. And also, really quick, but we need to talk about this. Did you guys see what their announcer said?
Yeah,
no.
I saw that. I did.
What did he say?
This is like kind of like messed up. Like, so he.
I mean, to be fair, there are two sides to this from what I read, but
there are two sides to it.
Let's hear this real quick.
Kevin Porter Jr. like shoots a three on like one play, and like the announcer goes,
hits the game winner.
He hits the game winner, and the announcer goes, pulls the trigger like his father.
Whoa. Okay, cut it. We're moving on to the next one. Indiana Pacers. Let's go.
Not good.
Indiana Pacers. James, you're taking the Pacers.
Indiana Pacers next up.
That's it.
Slowly along, they gotta blow it up. I mean, that team, they either gotta pick one player that they're gonna build around, or they gotta blow it up completely, or they gotta figure they gotta
go all in on one strategy right now.
Exactly.
They can't, because they've been like the most mid team for the past ever since I can remember for a while.
Yeah,
now.
They don't know what they're doing. They literally don't.
Since PG, they've been mid.
Yeah, they have good players, but I mean, what are they doing with them? Pretty much jack squat.
Yeah.
And they got Rick Carlisle. They're racing Rick Carlisle on a bad team. He's an amazing coach. I'm just gonna say.
I feel so bad for Rick Carlisle because he came back to the Pacers and he's like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
Yep.
I came back to this.
Absolute crap show.
Yeah. Another possible crap show just because of injuries. Los Angeles Clippers. Basically just get healthy because Kawhi and PG are out. But James, did you say how many weeks was it for PG? Is it come back?
PG? It's about a month, like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Roughly. I think he's 3 to 2 weeks now because he got injured. They put out the report like on Christmas that he was going to be out for a month.
Mm-hmm. And then Kawhi should be back sometime.
It's possibly. We don't know that for a fact. The only thing that was reported that I saw for a fact was that it is a strong possibility, in quotations, that he will come back at some point this season. That is doubtful. I promise you that is doubtful. I've seen 2 reports.
Comes back with the amount of impact that the Clippers would need from him is also another story.
Yeah, I've seen 2 reports that said that it's a strong possibility. Everybody else is saying that he's not going to come back for this season.
Yeah. Okay, and then for the other LA team, the Lakers, where are your shooters at? And also the roster is not constructed around LeBron. I mean, those are all pretty self-explanatory. So, Reed, you got the next 2.
Yeah. Memphis Grizzlies. Right now, their New Year's resolutions don't peak too early. Basically.
Do you want me to elaborate because I wrote this one?
Yeah, because you kind of wrote this one, so I was a little confused.
Yeah. So my point is that they're on an amazing win streak since like early December. And some teams that peak too early in the regular season, like, examples, one of them is Jazz sometimes peak too early in the regular season. And then in the playoffs, they go into a slump, like when it comes up, it must come down. So they might like do trash in the playoffs and might just get out as like first round. So they really got to pace themselves. They're a young team, but they still got to pace themselves to make sure they don't, I guess, expend all their energy or expend all their, I guess, motivation early in the season and try to like get themselves ready for the playoffs, because they are a playoff caliber team. So that's kind of why I said like don't peak too early.
Yeah, good on them. They're one of the more exciting teams to watch, in my opinion. I think John Morant pretty much took over Barclays Center the other night. The dude like dunked from mid range, basically, like absolutely insane. Dude is crazy. So for the next one, we got Miami Heat right now. This one's going to be super quick. Pretty much just get healthy. I think the funniest thing about the Miami Heat this season is, I don't know if everybody else forgot about this like I did, but Victor Oladipo is technically on their roster.
Yeah.
And still on the IR.
Yeah, so he's been on the injury list for quite a while. Him coming back, I haven't heard much about it, but I just thought that was interesting, something worth mentioning, because Victor Oladipo is a pretty solid player. He was an all-star on the Pacers, or at least all-star caliber. I don't know if he actually got selected, but man is a good scorer, solid size, defender as well. So they just need to get everybody healthy and get these guys out there. But they're playing really well right now with what they have. So good on them.
I'm going to talk about the Bucks, otherwise I'm just going to get pissed.
Okay. All right, I'll take the next two, then we'll pass it on to James, and then we'll do we'll switch it up. We'll switch the rotation up. So the Bucks find and create some facilitators and playmakers. This mainly is because it seems like the three players, of course, Middleton, Holiday, and Giannis, are doing all the playmaking and facilitating, and the rest of the team is just kind of standing there, not doing too much. I mean, obviously, Pat Connaughton has been great, but the rest of the team could be doing a little bit more when it comes to like helping, maybe having them create their own offense, or helping the main three stars actually like get them the ball, or like get the offense going through them, yada yada, instead of having them have to run the offense. So yeah, I mean, that's what I kind of said for that one. And then the T-Wolves, fix your depth. Again, bench, non-existent. D'Lo and Cat getting injured all the time. So, yeah.
New Orleans Pelicans, basically, you can't rely on Zion coming back too much. I think that they are holding a lot of their cards with Zion, and especially with his weight gains. Like, I mean, it's not looking great for the Pelicans to do well here. I mean, right now their best players are Devontae Graham and Josh Hart. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Brandon Ingram.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, there's. Do you guys have any other things to say about the Pelicans that you wanted to add?
I think that the Pelicans are in a very odd situation that they kind of put themselves in. With Zion right now. I saw something today that said he's going to continue the rest of his rehab, like in Portland for whatever reason. And he's like nowhere close to a return. So him coming back this season, completely out of the question. I think the question we need to start asking about Zion is, are we ever going to see him back again? Not just this season, like ever.
I'm very concerned that he's going to be a Greg Oden situation.
Mm-hmm. Where like we might never see him again. And even if he does come back, it could be like almost like a DeMarcus Cousins thing, where he's going to be a complete like husk of his former self, So he's in a weird spot right now. I hope the best for him, because he was an exciting player to watch, especially when he was on Duke. But right now, I think the question is about seeing him back in the league, period, as opposed to just this season or even next season.
The next one that we have is the New York Knicks. There's a little bit that could be worked on here. Their backcourt could use some work. I mean, Fournier's doing okay. Obviously, didn't they get rid of Kemba?
No, they still have Kemba. It's just kind of on and off kind of thing, as he was on the Celtics. So nothing I haven't seen before.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of like trade rumors that they might get rid of Kemba, so I didn't know if that happened or not.
I would too.
So Oklahoma City acquire more draft picks. They just need to start stockpiling more draft picks. They already have been. I'm pretty sure they own the draft for the next like 3 years or something. But just keep getting those picks. That's all they need right now. But in all seriousness, if they actually do keep getting picks, they're going to have a ridiculous amount of trade assets.
And talent to work with.
And talent, of course. So good on them for that. Next one, Orlando Magic right now. Strangest team, in my opinion, this season. They have a relatively talented roster, but they've won 7 games. So really weird what's going on with them. But right now, their New Year's resolution is look for a potential trade in Jonathan Isaac. Right now, Jonathan Isaac is a pretty solid piece for them, but I think he's still out on injury though, right?
He's been injured every season. They need to get rid of him while his value's still high.
They're just gonna get rid of him. Yeah, I don't know why they even still have him. But yeah, that's pretty much it for them. They just need to figure out what the hell's going on because they have Mo Bamba, who's been stepping up this season.
Cole Anthony,
who is an absolute dog right now.
Yes.
So I don't know what they're doing with him.
Yes. Speaking of trades, the 76ers, we should really make up a nickname for him like Tingus Pingus because Ben Simmons is back on this podcast. The Sixers need to trade him. That's their resolution. That's all they needed to do because they're pretty good without him. So just get rid of him at this point. So we got to brainstorm some names, like a funny name like Tingus Pingus for Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's it. And then the Suns, absolutely nothing because, I mean, James would agree, and I think we all agree. We all agree that they're relatively healthy and the roster is like constructed really well. So there's not really much to critique. And maybe the bench needs a little help, but like that's it. I don't
know how this has happened, but every single team has been riddled with like health and safety protocols except the Suns.
Yep.
Fucking go.
They just go to practice and go home, I guess. But it's
they're committed, man. They're committed.
E-Book's going home to Kendall Jenner every night, boy. They don't need to go out.
Cry about it, Ben Simmons.
All right. You got the next
team. The next team that we're talking about is the Portland Trailblazers. I wanted to talk about this one a little bit more just because they need – so basically we wrote down that Lillard needs help. I actually think that Lillard should leave. I think that he should go to the Nuggets. I think that would be a great place for him to go. I think that they would give him a fat green light and he would dominate with Jokic as well as keep him once Murray comes back. So I think that honestly at this point Lillard needs to consider possibly saying screw loyalty and I want to
get out of there.
So yeah, I mean then we move on to the Sacramento Kings. Destroy the team, like literally just blow that shit up because it's not working at all. And it hasn't been working for I don't know how many goddamn years that the Kings haven't been close to the playoffs.
Blow it up like the bathroom after Taco Bell.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Or Chipotle,
Oh my god.
But
pretty self-explanatory though.
It is pretty self-explanatory. Get Buddy Hield out of there.
Like a 15 season playoff drought or something like that.
Something crazy like that.
Crazy, yeah.
Get Buddy Hield out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Wasting his talent. And De'Aaron Fox. Wasted. Wasted. Sure.
Yeah, I got the next two. San Antonio Spurs developed the young guys, so self-explanatory. I don't need to say much. They have an amazing young core. And also the youngest team that Popovich has ever coached. So I just want to put that out there into the universe. But Toronto Raptors for the next one. Keep this upward trend. They got Siakam back. And I think there's another. Oh yeah, they got Scotty Barnes. No, Scotty Barnes or OG Anunoby, one of the two. But they got him back, and they're basically their starting lineup's at full strength, and they've been playing really well this past month. So keep it up. Yeah. And then the last two you can take.
Just handed an L to the freaking Bucks. Let's go, boys. Screw the Bucks.
Yo, Siakam.
Stay fans out there. If there are any Bucks fans are watching, screw you.
Even though he's a Suns fan, he's a complete opposite conference. But you know what?
Pointing at someone very specific.
Oh yeah.
Very specific right now. Yeah, so these last two we got Utah Jazz. This one's pretty obvious. Nullify Gobert's weakness. Great rim protector, horrible perimeter defender. Figure that out. Otherwise, you're going to keep losing in the first round of the playoffs. Washington Wizards. Last one. Their main rotation just needs to shoot better from three. They have some solid guys. They've been doing really well. I know how much everybody hates on Kuzma, but he's been playing well for them. Bradley Beal scoring. Davis Bertans is pretty much their main problem right now, in my opinion, for their starting lineup. That man needs to shoot better from three, but once they fix that, they're going to be a
ginger beast.
Yes. I'll just say I'm going to throw this out as well. Bradley Beal is shooting 28% from three. So, and Kyle Kuzma is shooting better than Bradley Beal from three. So that says a lot about the shooting three. Yeah,
What?
face palm.
I mean, Brad's never been like a great 3-point shooter.
Yeah,
Sure,
but
but,
still
like,
it still shows a
Kuzma?
lot.
All right, well, that's what I'm saying. See, Kuzma's not, give a man some credit.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all the news resolutions. Hopefully these teams can fix it up, or at least some of them can fix it up so they can play well in the playoffs. But yeah,